SeaFrog has some very unique mechanics for a platforming title, and I think that it mostly sticks the landing despite some minor issues. It's a Metroidvania, something that you could say about a ton of indie titles, and it's a movement platformer, which is also something you could say about a bunch of indie games. But the twist is that you skateboard everywhere. There's even this trick multiplayer, like Skate or like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. I think something about SeaFrog makes it really stand out, so it's a shame to see people kind of ignoring it. After finishing the game, what do I think? Let's hop to it. Har har. The story. SeaFrog doesn't spend much time on its story or premise, which is fine. It's not trying to tell some grand plot, and not every game needs to. I will say that it is very cute and has a goofiness that made me giggle. You are, well, SeaFrog, I guess? I don't think he's got a name, to be honest. Whatever. But yeah, you and your sentient USB stick captain are stranded at sea and end up in this crater in the ocean that's slowly flooding and sinking, and you're trying to find the stuff to launch yourself safely out. It's simple, and that's great because it gets out of your way and lets you enjoy the gameplay, which is honestly the star of the show. Gameplay! This game plays like a dream. Our little frog protagonist is slow on foot, but you'll literally never walk. It's much better, and faster, to ride your wrench like a skateboard. At first, SeaFrog skating is deceptively simple. You do tricks automatically in the air, and you can boost for a little bit, but you get a much better moveset as you explore, and in true Metroidvania fashion, these upgrades let you explore previously inaccessible spots. It's super rewarding to take note of a previous area's impassable obstacle, only to come back later and finally get to that tantalizing reward. Eventually, you'll be gaining momentum, boosting to grind straight up walls, and leaping over huge gaps and obstacles with ease, and the game really squeezes a lot out of most of the mechanics offered, barring the trick system, which unfortunately doesn't get much time in the spotlight. There's really no reason to engage with the tricks outside of a few rooms. While it is true that they're stylish and make the gameplay pretty fun to watch, most of the time you don't have to worry too much about keeping your combo alive, and I would have loved to see more of a reason to pay attention to the tricking. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that the trick system isn't always relevant though. SeaFrog is really tough, and some areas would be way more of a challenge if I had to account for maintaining a combo. To be completely honest folks, I'm not the best at platformers, and there are spots where I died quite a bit. I wouldn't be complaining if there wasn't this very stupid mechanic where you drop all of your stuff and have to backtrack all the way to your death spot. Sometimes this wasn't a big deal because I was close to a checkpoint room, but other times I'd have to spend over 5 minutes getting back to my death spot. When you do get there, you have to find some goblin that stole all of your stuff and chase him around until you kill him. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it's unnecessary tedium, and chasing the goblin isn't even hard, it's just annoying. It didn't ruin the game or anything, but it definitely hurt the pacing sometimes. This is a movement platformer, not a Souls game. Not every single game has to have a mechanic like this. Thankfully though, most of my deaths were in challenges where you respawn after you die, because if that weren't the case, I likely would have dropped SeaFrog far before completion. Plus, I never really felt like a death was unfair. Once again, this gripe is not the end of the world. And gosh, I am glad to have taken the time to play through this game. The themes for every level are so neat, and mechanically they're a blast to play. I already talked a lot about the skating mechanics, but they wouldn't have worked without solid level design, and the duo at Oh My Me Games have definitely delivered. Like I said earlier, they really take advantage of the movement and abilities to deliver an excellent platformer, and they give the player plenty of opportunities to play with the controls and pull off some cool stuff. The level design has an ebb and flow to its difficulty. They dangle these tougher, optional challenges at the player while making what's necessary easier to obtain, and this lets folks both express their skill as a player and skip stuff that's too frustrating. Plus, SeaFrog does a fantastic job helping the player learn an area's specific obstacles without holding their hand. This is great. I love it when developers don't insult the player's intelligence. But yes, anyways. Presentation! I've got mostly good things to say about the presentation. SeaFrog kinda reminds me of Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS. Character designs are adorable and super silly, the obstacles are easy to distinguish, and the low poly models and pixelated textures are really fun. I would have liked to see a low resolution mode to really make it look like a retro title, but that's a nitpick to be honest. Although, I do gotta say, this game doesn't perform well on the Switch 2 somehow, and maybe the low resolution mode would have helped. I'll give it some slack because it's an indie game, but there's a persistent stutter in camera movement, especially in bigger areas, and the 60 FPS target isn't always hit. In a platformer, that's more of a problem than it would be in another type of game, and I really hope this gets addressed in the future. Oh, and the music is alright, I guess. It's suitably upbeat and fits a skating game, but it's nothing to write home about. none of the tunes from the game really stuck with me after I finished, so take that with what you will. But in conclusion, SeaFrog is a blast of a game, and I'm shocked to see so little of it being discussed online. It's got like all the makings of a popular indie platformer. You know, it's got all this incredible level design, a snappy and fun feeling to movement, tough challenges, and a strong value. Not much to complain about, too. SeaFrog's flaws are nothing but minor annoyances on the overall fantastic experience, and none of them will overshadow the game itself. I'd say it's definitely worth playing for any platforming fan, especially those who like fun movement. You'll be rolling the credits in about 10 to 15 hours, so it's got replay value like any good Metroidvania, and it's only $15, so you're not losing much by supporting Oh My Me games. I'd argue that it's a hidden gem even. So yeah, with that I end my review. If you want to support the channel, consider subscribing to my Patreon. For just $3 a month, you get an exclusive Discord role, your name in the end credits, and sneak peeks at videos and reviews, as well as behind-the-scenes stuff. If you bump up to $8 a month, you get all of the aforementioned goodies, plus a little doodle on the end credits and a personal shoutout. Thank you so much for watching, folks. I'm having a lot of fun writing these game reviews for you guys, and I can't wait to do more. I've got a few ideas, and there are quite a few games around the corner, so definitely expect to see more soon. Have a good one, folks. Goodbye.